Alright everyone, this is going to be a rapid fire VOD review. We're going to do half of a match, which will be Numbani defense goats only. So this is an experiment on how well we could defend on goats. And they actually happen to roll out on what I assume to be this kind of goats counter comp. But I'd run a Hammond instead of a Winston here. But yeah. So the whole idea is that they would eventually switch to a goats counter comp and would just stick goats, but they already rolled out on it, so better for us. So here we have some interesting people playing interesting roles. You know, I'm playing Zen, and he's playing Brig for like the first time. So yeah, let's see how it goes. That was a really early armor pack. His armor pack is like that. Armor pack is one of those things that it's like bubble. You know, you have to like save it for when danger's actually there. Otherwise, you can top him off. Okay, so they're opting to take the high left, and if we look at our positioning, so I was up here actually. But as soon as we scout dive and that they're taking this, we rotate down, which isn't necessarily a good idea, right? I mean, so what maybe could work better than whatever this is, instead of positioning like this, if you position like all three supports right here and then all three tanks right here, if these two tanks go for a dive, right, and then the supports retreat like this, the Pharah shouldn't have line of sight too far if you retreat further enough. So what you do is, right, the Winston D.Va dive the Zen, you speed out, right, and if they somehow keep pressuring you, you still have a boop and you have a bash, and you have 2 AoE healing, like 2 sources of AoE healing, and you might even be able to kill Winston if only the tanks jump in. So we can try that next time, just like hold as a unit. And like the biggest disadvantage of the positioning is that the tanks don't get as much healing. But then I feel like it might be easier for them to just dive Zen like this, because it was like, okay, Zen, go play near the team, but like this is a very open space, which makes it easier for Pharah to get damage and easier, not necessarily easier for Sombra, but it's easier for, say, the Ana to get value as well. Winston gets really low, so he has to wait until they dive, and then so there Sombra engaged, and I think Winston was preparing for engage, but he ends up getting so low that he has to back off, and then Sombra goes in alone and then has to translocate out. So now their engagement is delayed. Our Winston takes high ground, but he gets booped off. Yeah, that was a really ambitious dive, like with no D.Va support. And then we end up getting bubble out and then you die. So that's pretty bad. Okay, how does their Ana die? Oh, their Ana, what is she doing? Okay. So I have no idea what their Ana is doing. Okay, and then here, so wait, let me go back a little bit. No, back one. One to me, okay. Okay, so this is where we scout Sombra, and notice how, right, of course I'm shooting at the Sombra because, you know, I'm the target, and then you'll see that Aqua rotates back. But then the Brig keeps going forward. So your job is to also peel for the Zen, just like the Lucio. And also here, wait, I feel like I can see something. Yeah, like, so when the team fights get messy like this is where just D.Va, like, as soon as you have boosters, just keep going for the fire over and over again. Or at least use defense matrix. Only because, like, I feel like you deny a lot more value by going after her rather than focusing on this team fight. Because otherwise she has a lot of freedom, and then because the Zen was occupied too there. But even if he isn't, like, yeah, the D.Va's job is to be on that Pharah. Okay, let's go through that again. Yeah, so like we lose a Brig and a Zarya because the Pharah has too much space, and then we end up losing the D.Va because the other two teammates are dead. Because she's like sitting there at like a 90-degree angle, like shooting down. Like it could not be better.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Don't get long. I thought someone spawned far back. Nope. Okay. Okay, their Winston solo dives into like a full like dive coach comp, so I don't know what he's doing. Okay, also, oops. Alright, well you do get mech back, because Sombra was up there for like a long ass time. So optimally here you'd mech and then go up and contest, sure. Yeah. Okay, we do. Nice. Oh, and you kill her too. Nice. Though to be honest, we didn't really need the Winston jump. I mean, yeah, like I think sometimes it's just better to stay here and let the D.Va contest the high. Only because, like, usually, right, if you're playing against the Sombra who at least knows what she's doing, she's gonna translocate out. So, like, because when you're investing resources up here, you're not investing with the intention of killing. You should be investing with the intention of taking control of this space. So you just have the D.Va go up, and then D.Va can solo contest her, because she can't really hack the D.Va. So, and D.Va will have healing on the ground. Where did that armor pack go? Okay. Bubble goes on the Winston for the engage, which is pretty good. We're on the Ana. Okay, so here what I don't like about the positioning is like, okay, when the tanks go in, right, the other two supports that can kind of go with them are like here, which suggests that, oh, maybe they want to play back for the Zen, but then they're both playing in the same place, and then they go up, then they both go aggressive. So what should happen here is, right, the tanks are here, so one support should be back here, so 1S, and then one support should be up here. And then the Zarya can play like mid-range. So you can get like good line of sight with bubbles, like you can see all the team. So his positioning is good here, right? You can see all the team, and you're also in range of doing damage with your primary fire. So I'd probably keep the Brig back, only because I feel like Brig's better against a Sombra than a Lucio is. And plus Lucio it's easier for Lucio to engage with the tanks because of his amp. Or not just his amp, like his speed in general. So like here, if Sombra dives, like Zen's kind of fucked. Okay, now Winston. Oh, that was a weird. What's he doing? Okay. See, I would have thought he would have committed to the Zen there. Oops, but he didn't. Yeah. Primal Rage is a great ultimate against goats or floats or whatever the fuck. Hey, D.Va goes to pressure the Winston off the high ground, but it's killing him. Either way, that was good. Okay, so this is a classic mistake that happens like a lot, where when the front line is meant to push forward, right? The plan is to push. Sorry, I should say the front line's plan is to push forward, and that's like the plan of the whole team. Wait, how do I give me a better angle? We'll go up. Okay. So when the front line's plan is, when the team's plan is to push forward, so the front line goes forward, and then a backline threat appears in the middle of the plan. So then the back line commits to fighting this threat, right? Also, this Winston is dead. So then when the back line is not moving forward, taking care of this backline threat, then the front line overextends. How do we find the pick on that auto? Oh, it's just way too far forward, and then they get too scared to actually contest the tanks. But yeah, I feel like Farah could have totally punished that positioning. Especially if they're on us farther back. Like, we might have been, like, lost one of our tanks, or they would have been chunked down a lot. And like, so in that situation, right, even though we're one up, so like in theory it should be like push, push, push. But if the backline's dealing with a threat, then if it's just like the two of you alone in there, and then kind of Dan goes in the middle, like that's what's kind of like evens out their loss of their main tank, being that you don't have a supporting backline, which is like 3 people. Okay, so ultimates, they have 3, which is bomb, barrage, EMP, and we have 5. So the play here for them, they can EMP bomb, they can EMP barrage, or they can just EMP and just hard dive. Like if Zen gets caught in the EMP, or even Lucio, if one of those supports gets caught in the EMP, you can easily shred them, and Zarya too. Especially if the Farah, or if the EMP hits. So if the EMP hits the supports, it makes the supports a really easy target to hit. If the EMP hits the tanks, it, well for Zarya, it's like Zarya's dead. But if it hits like the D.Va and Reinhardt, it eliminates their ability to check the Farah. So. And the goal here for us right now is to not expend too many ultimates. I don't actually exactly remember how this fight pans out. Okay, so their Winston takes the high ground, and I just hope their D.Va would follow, but no, she's pushing car. So I don't know what Winston's doing. It looks like he's trying to stage a dive. He places bubble. He almost catches a brick. Okay, EMP hits 5, but our Zen's hiding back. So we come in with France. Barrage comes out. Oh, it D-max the D.Va. Okay, oh yeah, because you're EMP'd. Okay, so by the time Trance comes out, we already lose 2. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that grab was great. Now the good news is, we only used 2 ultimates, so we really should have only used 1. Because I think that the Trance is, like, it's possible to stabilize with the Trance. But, like, again, the disadvantage of playing the Zen so far back is that the Zen can't actually get there in time to provide that healing. Okay, so we move up to contest cart, which we totally can. Alright, our Ryan's being aggressive, but he gets slapped, but gets instantly low. Okay, so Sombra in the back line, but that's fine because we have a rally up. Okay, this time our Brick goes to peel. And our Lucio is playing forward, which is fine. And then Lucio comes back after, and then Brick switches. So, like, that's what you want. You want 1 support peeling, and then 1 support with the tanks. So yeah, that aggression from Orion was really good, because they have a weaker front line. I thought I heard Sombra, so I was looking for her. Okay, so new fight starting. Batter gets blocked, that's fine. Isn't there someone in the back? No, there isn't. Yeah, so actually playing like here, like this area, is really good for this comp, mainly because, like, so something I've always believed on, like a concept on Farah that I've always adhered to is that, alright, if this is your target, well, I'll make the camera flat. So, over here. So if you're playing Farah, and your target is here, right? And, like, this is the ground, right? So, we're 2-dimensional, okay? So this is your target. And then you're playing Farah. Right, you can be anywhere from here to here. Okay? So, in, like, yes, you're, like, sure, if you're up behind them, that's great. But say if it's like a one-on-one, so like you versus a Reinhardt, where he's focusing on shielding you. Or, okay, Reinhardt's not the best example, but I always think that when you're like directly above is one of the greatest angles. Mainly because, oh, I'll show you something actually in the practice range. Or not on practice range, on Hollywood actually. because there's this interesting thing in Overwatch about aiming upwards, which makes it specifically or particularly difficult. So I want to be on attack.
Welcome to
Okay, so if I come here and I select McCree. Okay, so if I move my mouse just like straight to the right and straight to the left, right? You see how that's like a horizontal line? Alright. Now if we look at this thing up here. Now I'm gonna move my mouse straight like in the real world to the right. Right, notice how it's not making a straight line, it's kind of going in a circle. So you see how, you know, like when I'm aiming like this, it's much more straightforward. So I go left, it moves leftwards. But if I'm up here, if I'm moving the mouse left, it's not actually going left in a line, it's going left in this kind of orbiting curve. So the farther away you are from this kind of like central axis of aiming, the greater that curvature becomes. To a point where if I'm like almost aiming upwards, like I'm moving my mouse to the right now, and like it's like a complete circle. So, yeah. Point being, as far you want to be above them, and being in that kind of like like underpass, makes it a lot harder for her to get values. Oh, Ana gets shattered. That's how she dies. Good DM from Frank. Yeah, beat was a bit wasted there only because like Ryan was at the risk of dying until Frank started matrixing all that damage, and he probably would have survived. But also in this comp, as soon as we kill like Ana, it's okay to back off. Like we don't have to, or like okay, so we kill Ana, right? And as soon as you do that, you back off because we don't have that much sustain. If we're like look at the positioning, right? We have our supports are back here and our tanks over here. Like there's no way they're going to get most of the healing that they want. So actually from the supports, what we can do instead next time, if we know that we're going to hold here, then the supports can position this way. So rather than being back in this corner, we can be over here so that we have line of sight to shoot and to heal. Yeah, because like we can quickly rotate with a Lucio Zen. Okay, so here there's Sombra's looking for EMP. Okay, the Ryan pushes up and starts getting punished. Antokeda comes in, but Transcendence counters. I was so, like, that entire time I was thinking to myself, the EMP, the EMP, the EMP. So, works out. They go really aggressive. Orion gets discorded pin, but it's fine because of the trance. Shatter, what did that shatter hit? Hold on. Jeez, that's hectic. Okay, EMP, Transcendence. EMP hits everyone but Zarya. Orion gets pinned. Also there, I think I made the mistake of not discording anyone. Oh no, discord's on the Reinhardt, which is great. Okay. Oh no, their Reinhardt's discorded, not ours. They don't have a Zen. Okay. Shatter hits. What? Oh, Shatter hits all these three. So D.Va can't DM. Okay, so they Shatter Barrage because our Ryan got pinned back. Was our and our Ryan couldn't counter pin because he was EMP'd. But there, actually, I should have probably taken the pin. Could I? I probably just should have stayed in front of the Reinhardt to predict the pin so that I could take the pin, so that our Reinhardt wouldn't be in such a bad position. Bomb. Okay, wait. So, actually, that pin from the Reinhardt makes him overextend. Ugh. And then their Pharah goes for a barrage, which if Dan didn't kill her because he wasn't shattered, would have killed. Bomb would have killed her anyways. Where's Dan? Where is he? Oh, he's all the way over here. You know what the funny thing is? The person with the riskiest position, like in theory, like ends up staying the most safe. Okay. So their Ryan overextends, and then their Pharah kind of like overcommits. I mean, not overcommits. Like yeah, she got 3, but like, I'm not sure what to say about this fight. The EMP was good. Practically hit our whole team. Though I think as soon as the EMP hit, they needed to be more aggressive on a single target. I don't think that Ryan should have pinned. Did he have Shatter? He's at 84. So he got the Shatter off of his charge. No, but he's at 93. Yeah. He should have totally swung and then got a Shatter. That would have been real bad. Because we don't have our beat, even if Lucio didn't get Shattered. So actually, like, Dan saved for this fight. The Trance and the Dan saved for this fight. Alright, good stagger. And I believe, yeah, we find Ana. Alright. They get the res off, but they're still down to Diva. That doesn't really matter. Is this an AFK bait? No, I don't think it is. But actually, playing up there is a pretty good idea. Like, you can check Sombra in those close ranges. I think it's viable to be able to hit shots without getting hacked. Rather, to hit shots to avoid getting hacked. Okay, how does Ryan die? Okay, takes a damage boost direct right there. Backs off to heal. Ooh, pushes past the corner again. So here, instead of kind of like poking out like this, because like now that we're like the cart's right here, right? So we know they're gonna come here. So rather than forcing ourselves to go around the corner, because corners are bad, corners are gross. Because if you're positioned here, then you can't see the Ryan, right? But then, here, wait. Okay, so we know they're most likely gonna come through here. If they come through high, I don't know why they'd come through high with this comp. This would be real bad. So we know they're gonna come through here. And we have our Lucio up here anyways to check whatever comes through the high ground. So say if our supports are positioned here in this region, which they are, right? They can't heal this way. So then you're like, oh well, you just position here, like I just said last time. But that doesn't apply because if our Reinhardt backs around the corner and he's shielding this way, then these supports have no protection. Versus before when we were holding here, then it works because the Reinhardt is shielding this way. But now we're holding this area, not here. So case in point being, rather than have us bend around the corner, just shield like where this line is, you know, shield this way, and then have their tank or their team come around the corner. So you can hide here and then like swing around the corner. And then we die because of just how much damage they have. Okay, so we have a Trance and a Shatter, almost a Rally, and they have both support ults and almost a Barrage. Oh, what is that Mercy doing? She Valked too. Oh, she is way too far forward. Oh god, that's so bad. And Ana misses the nade on the Ryan and he's discorded. Nano boost, I mean, fuck me. Trance response to Nano boost. That Nano was pretty good. Oh, that was a, wait, how did we block that? CSI. What the fuck? What? What? What game? Excuse me?
Pass into the iris.
I don't understand. Oh, I see. So you didn't block it. But Brig was the only one in range. Because he was too far forward. That was really lucky. Or unlucky for them, lucky for us. The Reinhardt. Wow. Yeah, like, he's discorded and we have trance. Like, we're not going to be less aggressive. Farah fucking ults into it. Full health Diva. Okay, they have one more fight, then they have their EMP, which is like, this is still winnable for them. Like, we have, what, 3 ults and maybe another? But if they EMP early and our Lucio gets caught, then it's game over. But Ana does get staggered, which is pretty bad as well. Here, I think they should have ran a Zen instead of an Ana. Because the Ana's there to provide healing for the tanks, but like, they shouldn't, like, their tank shouldn't be frontline contesting anyways. They're running a Reinhardt and a Diva. Like, that's a really, really flimsy frontline. So I think they should have just committed on the damage factor and ran a Zen. The Farah is forward without a Mercy support. Dan grabs the Rhine, which is, you know, yes, it's a solo grab, but like, that's a huge solo grab. So that's nice. Now they have to push this with 20 seconds with no main tank. Are they waiting for him? Weird choice. Do they touch point? Huh. Oh wait, they have Sombra. Speaking of which. Oh, Card is really far forward. Where's our Lucio? Honestly, what I would do instead of like playing gear and shooting, I would like hide here, like behind this, like, and like don't move, like crouch here and don't move. That's what I would do. Only because if you're here, you know, she can stand like about here. And she can EMP this big circle, including you, possibly. I think in general it's safer. Also, if she misses you, which she probably would, being that this is like, they have like 5 seconds to touch point and she has to act fast. Because if they have a lot of time to set up, what the Sombra can do is she can run around, she can scout you out, so she knows you're here hiding in this corner. Then she can hack you and then EMP, right? And there's no beat. But like here, you've revealed yourself. Like, Sombra would know you were there if she was scouting. So yeah, it was a little risky, but it paid off. But I just play it safe. Like, it's not worth like the extra, like, I don't know, like 300 damage or less than 300, like 150 damage that Lucio does. Hey, bomb gets in their backline, doesn't even split us. They're already down their Reinhardt, so that bomb is huge. Better Mercy.
Into the iris.
Yeah, I think we made like a decent amount of mistakes there that we can fix for when we're playing against a better team. Like, I mean, it was good. And I think the biggest thing we need to improve on is the support rotation idea and support positioning. I think our Zarya was really strong. Our Zarya and our off tanks are really good there. I think that was our best factor. Their weaknesses definitely should have ran a Zen, and they shouldn't have ran Ryan Diva. It's like, if they're gonna commit to like having some front line, then you get a Zarya, and if you don't want to have a front line, then just go like Hammond Winston or something, or Hammond Diva. Definitely not what they ran. Because like Ryan gets shredded so fast in that comp against Goats. So yeah, this is my rapid fire review. Actually, how rapid was that? That didn't feel very rapid. 30 minutes. Shorter than the usual hour. I will maybe get another VOD review today. We shall see. But for now, that is all. Goodbye.